I smoked it.
You did?
Yeah.
Welcome to Mustang Football, and thank you for joining us right here on Legends 98.9. The Mustangs in Week 2 of district play here in Wheeler at Nicholson Field as they get set to play their 7th game of the 2025 season, looking to go 6-1 and 2-0 in district. I'm Camden Doris alongside Dr. Michael King for Wheeler High School Sports Radio on Legends 98.9. This is the Mustang pregame show brought to you by Marshall Auto. Marshall Auto has the area's largest in-stock inventory for parts and supplies for cars, trucks, and tractors. Marshall Auto's tradition of great service continues on the square in Wheeler. Tonight's game, Mike, the Mustangs facing Memphis, who comes in tonight 2-4 on their season. The Cyclones getting their 2 wins over Rawls and Crosbyton, and their 4 losses come from Dimmitt, Amarillo, Highland Park, Vega, and Shamrock last week. The Mustangs coming in 5-1 on their season with wins over Highland Park, Morton, Rawls, Fritch, and Quanah. Wheeler's sole loss coming from Health Center. The Mustangs have outscored their opponents so far this season 173-14. Now the Mustangs on their quest to a district title as they look to continue their win streak and go 2-0 in district play tonight. The Mustangs offensive leaders Chris Gallardo last week had 15 carries for 183 yards and 2 touchdowns. His longest run for the night, a 52-yard run. Israel Andrade had 2 carries, 100 yards, 2 touchdowns for Israel, 52-yard long run for Israel as well. Both Chris and Israel earning top players in the Panhandle by the Amarillo Globe News last week. David Samniego popped off 3 runs for 85 yards and a touchdown in his longest of the night last Friday. 80 yards for David on that run and a touchdown for him as well. Creed Newkirk and Garrett Ashurst also adding a touchdown each last week on the ground. The Mustang offense putting up 456 total yards last week in their district opener versus Quanah.
Yeah, a lot of bully ball last week. You know, their defense continues their stride. 3 shutouts over the last several games and just picking up everything that they left off last season, just a lot quicker tempo. Linebackers really standing out, making tackles. And, man, that unstoppable running game, you know, of their 456 last week, most of all of it was on the ground, you know, and if you're getting 15 yards a pop, just keep handing the ball off.
Exactly. They did a great job of, you know, I felt like all season just up front, they've done the best they've done all season. Obviously 456 yards, but they just seemed to be in sync, understand what was going on, and they were able to pop off big runs like that. The Mustang defense holding Quanah last week scoreless, holding them to 150 total yards on the night. Top defensive performers last week, all staters, and Garrett Ashurst and Jackson Graves. Bryce Hill getting an interception last week to set up a Mustang touchdown, and Abraham Segala, Juan Carlos Del Rio rounding out the top performers for the Mustang defense. If you listeners haven't caught the podcast yet, find us on Facebook at Wheeler High School Sports Radio, powered by Legends 98.9, or on YouTube at the 50-yard line. Episodes 1 through 8 posted there. For tonight's matchup, the Mustangs and the Cyclones coming in from District 5 2A, Division 2 out of Region 2 this season, joining the same opponents as most seasons with Wellington, Clarendon, Shamrock, and Quanah. The Cyclones are coached by David Gerardo. The Mustangs are coached by Matt Hoover in his 5th season with the Mustangs. Mustang coaching staff offense coordinator Mitchell Lowrance, assistants Todd Beer, Bryce Richardson, and Ryan Arnold. Mike, another great night for football tonight. 78 degrees at kick, winds at 5 miles per hour, and it's supposed to only drop to about 70 by halftime. Our keys to the game brought to you by H&H Tire. H&H has all the brand name tires for cars, trucks, and big rigs. H&H has a coffee pot on at 7:30 Monday to Saturday, mile west of the stoplight on US 152 in Wheeler. Keys to the game, Mike, the Mustangs have their eyes set on the district title this season. They have the guys to do it. They need to continue their uphill climb improvement each and every week, and they'll need to play clean, fast, and aggressive tonight.
Well, the Memphis Cyclones showed last week that they can put up some points. They were in a shootout with Shamrock last week, and then they were putting up points all over the board, so the Mustangs got to be ready to go.
Yeah. The Mustang offense, on that note, the Mustang offense has put up great numbers on the ground attack last week. Looking for the Mustangs to be a bit more balanced tonight as they open up the passing games to some of their talented receivers. Also, Coach Hoover's defense continues to impress, Mike, with only allowing 14 points all season and pitching 4 shutouts. The Mustang defense needs to completely overwhelm the Cyclone offense as they prepare for their goal of potential district title.
And that really sets the tempo for this team. If they, on a number of possessions and established possessions in every football game, they start out on defense, and it really sets the tone, calms everything down as soon as the offense takes the field.
With those keys to the game, Memphis coming in with an enrollment of 137 students, and the Mustangs coming in with an enrollment of 106. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Ware Chevrolet, Market Square Supermarkets, Shamrock Legacy Insurance, Highlands Pharmacy, Wheeler Vet Clinic, Capital Farm Credit, Marshall Auto, Lee's Refrigeration, The Studio Coffee Shop, Heffley Hardware Feed and Appliance, Wellington State Bank's Wheeler Branch, The Wheeler Times, H&H Tire, and Cross Country Barn. All right, Mike, we got just under 10 minutes till kick. Get week 2 going here in district. The field painted up nice in honor of breast cancer awareness. Play with heart painted on the field. Team 105 this season. Got the black and pink W on the 50 tonight.
Yeah, teams tuning in, or people tuning in will get to see that tree tonight. Coach Hoover and staff have done a great job on really keeping this field in prime shape, and then it looks the part tonight with the pink outlining. So, like I said, it's a nice touch.
Well, thank you for tuning in. You've been listening to the Mustang pregame show brought to you by Marshall Auto. I am Cam Nedorse alongside Dr. Michael King for Wheeler High School Sports Radio on Legends 98.9. Back to Nicholson Field for the opening kick right after this.
What you know about rolling down in the deep? Down in the deep.
Now I know y'all be loving this shit
What
right
you know
here.
about rolling, rolling, rolling,
What you gonna do?
rolling, rolling,
What you gonna do now?
down in the rolling, rolling, rolling.
What you gonna do? Right, y'all be loving this.
Cyclones in week 2 of district play here at Nicholson. And the Mustangs are going to be kicking off the opening kickoff. The Cyclones won the opening toss there, Mike, and have elected to receive right off the bat. Back deep to return for the Cyclones. Going to be Adrian Flores, the senior for Memphis. Also back deep to return be Sylvester Castillo, the freshman. Aaron Barone kicked this one away for the Mustangs. Try to get the clock set here for everybody. Everybody watching at home.
Mustangs wearing the pink and black attack. We were commenting earlier with the pink spats, man. They look pretty clean tonight in the unis.
And Barone points right and left, and we're underway. Going to be fielded by the freshman, Sylvester Castillo, and he's going to be tackled. Chris Gallardo in on the tackle. Also Diego Soto. Abraham Segala and Daniel Hernandez in on the tackle. Going to be a 11-yard return by Castillo, and that's where the Cyclones will take over at their own 35-yard line. Ball's placed at the right hash. Mustangs in a 3-man front. Jackson Graves, freshman Preston Hampton. Also Kyler Hibbler on the right end. At the quarterback for Memphis, Armando Saenz, the senior, takes a snap, going to hand it off the left side and be tackled in the backfield by Jackson Graves. Handed off to Adrian Flores, the senior, in the backfield. It'll be a gain of 1, going to bring up 2nd and 9 for the Cyclones.
We saw Flores last year, Coach, and he's a good player. You know, he's been one of their go-to guys and have to be the go-to guys as a senior now, but one of the players to watch from Memphis' end.
Memphis comes out and trips to the left, open to the right. Gun left. Armando Saenz takes a snap, looks left, throws a fast screen. It's caught. Be wrapped up immediately by Abraham Segala. Denied. That could be a loss of 1. Segala just shucking the block there on the outside, Mike, and makes a great open field tackle.
Outstanding play, dropping back in coverage, able to shed the defender on an initial block, and then able to, as soon as the receiver makes the catch, get a piece of him and makes the tackle. Great play.
10:40 on the game clock. Memphis facing 3rd and 10 from their own 35. Again, trips to the far side. Single receiver to the near side. Gun right. Saenz takes a snap. Once the throw does, going to hit the flare to the outside. It's going to be gain of about 6. Not going to be enough to get to the chains. 7 officially. And that'll bring on the punt team for the Cyclones.
Yeah, last play, great pursuit by Diego Soto, but that's just what he does at the middle linebacker. He sniffs it out and able to make the tackle before Memphis springs forward for a first down, looking for a punt.
Brings up 4th and 3 for Memphis at their own 42-yard line. Memphis not electing to punt at this moment. Come out in 2-back. Saenz takes the snap, fakes the handoff, going to run play action, throws it over top, in and out of the intended receiver. Ball's incomplete. Almost there is Ishmael Rodriguez, an intended receiver, unable to bring the ball in, and this can be turnover on downs. Mustangs take over in Cyclone territory at the Cyclone 42-yard line.
Great pressure off the Mustang defense coming from the right side, forces the quarterback left, and then having to make an early throw, and Memphis just can't convert on 4 downs.
1st and 10 Mustangs. Mustangs moving from the south to the north, right to left as we watch them come out in twins to the left open. Gun right. Gallardo to the right of Newkirk. Facing a 4-man front. Newkirk takes a snap off the right side, keeps it for himself. Going to go for the first down for about 13-yard gain. Untouched as he just runs out of real estate, runs out of bounds. That'll stop the clock at 9:28. And the Mustangs get their first down on their first play of the series, and that's a Ware Chevrolet first down.
Newkirk springs forward like he's taking his own hand off. He knew exactly where he was going with it. Great run.
1st and 10, Mustangs at the Cyclone 30. Again, facing a 4-man front, 3 linebackers. Mustangs in tight to the left. Going to hand it off to Gallardo. He's going to get called for procedure. Mustangs not set before they get the snap, and Newkirk says he was ready to run the play. Pats his chest. It's on me. Brings up 1st and 15 from the Cyclone 35, and the Mustangs reset.
And one of those things that we haven't really seen much from the Mustangs offense is those pre-snap penalties thus far this season. They catch one early here on their first drive.
Trey formation, Jackson Graves tied into the right. Gun right. Newkirk takes a snap. Runs play action, rolls to the right, sets his feet, throws it across the middle. Got intended receiver. Bryce Hill goes up and gets it caught. Great pitch and catch from Newkirk to Hill. Hits the big target of the receiver there, Mike, and he gets a 1st and goal.
Great route by Bryce Hill right there, and Newkirk just lays a dime, and the Mustangs enter the red zone at the Memphis 5.
1st and goal from the 5. Newkirk sends Abraham in motion right to left. Newkirk takes the snap, going to hand it off to Gallardo. Gallardo bottled up, going to make some man miss, cuts back up inside, going to gain a couple. Almost into the end zone, gets down to the 1. 4-yard gain for Chris Gallardo off seemingly shut down play, and makes a cut back up inside, Mike, and then gets a 4-yard gain.
Outstanding footwork, able to just keep everything moving, and then able to make something out of nothing there, Coach, and nearly spring forward to the end zone as they're on the 1-yard line.
Mustangs knocking on the door of a touchdown. First of the game, they come out in twins to the right, gun right, Gallardo to the right of Newkirk. Newkirk sends Abraham in motion left to right in orbit behind him, runs a fast screen out to the outside, and Abraham's going to catch it and walk in as the Mustangs add a wrinkle this week, and they punch it in and they strike first, punch it in from the 1-yard line. The Abraham Segala touchdown.
Like you mentioned, Coach, orbit motion, and it's one of those things that continuously out. It's kind of the way of new wave football. It's very fundamental, and it just keeps everything moving along. And then as Segala's going in motion, able to pitch it out. Easy touchdown for the Mustangs.
Great pitch and catch as extra point here to follow. Snap back, hold down. Kick is up, high, end over end. And it is good from Aaron Barone. And the Mustangs go on top of the Cyclones by a score of 7-0 with 8:18 left to play here in the first. We'll be back with the Mustang kick right after this. Welcome back to Nicholson Field as your Rita Mustangs strike first here with 8:18 here in the first quarter in the second week of district over the Memphis Cyclones. And with the Shamrock Legacy Insurance Score Drive, Dr. King.
Mustangs only need 4 plays to go 42 yards as they get a 1-yard touchdown pass from Newkirk to Segala as they lead this thing 7-0 with the extra point. 8:18 left in the first.
And Barone kicks this one high end over end to the freshman. It's going to be muffed. Going to scoop it up, and he's going to be absolutely planted at the 25-yard line as it just went in and out of this off his chest, and he muffed the initial catch there from Sylvester Castillo, and he's going to be wrapped up and hit immediately by Juan Carlos Del Rio. And that's where the Cyclones will take over at their own 26-yard line. Ball's placed at the right hash.
Del Rio, like a shark in a wounded fish in sea, and he smelt blood and he went after it. And a great hit and a great way of establishing off the kickoff.
Mustang defense in a three-man front. Cyclones come out and trips to the left. Signs, takes a snap, facing a double team on Jackson Gray's pitch. Is caught across the middle. Real quick throw there by Signs. Going to be caught across the middle by Ishmael Rodriguez, the senior.
Nice pitch and catch right there. Just a quick 1-2 step drop and then get balls out, and then finds his slanting receiver and picks up a couple right there.
7-yard gain is going to bring up 2nd 3 for the Cyclones at their own 33-yard line. Ball's in the middle of the field. The Cyclones moving from the north to the south, left to right as we watch them as they come out. Flip the formation, trips to the right, gun right. Solo receiver to the far side. Signs take the snap. Jackson Gray shucks the block, and it's going to be a handoff hit hard by Garrett Ashurst, and the Cyclones going to pick up a first down off the draw, really off the left side there, Mike. Daniel Salazar, the junior.
Yeah,
quick burst of speed is going to get Cyclones their first down and up into their own 47.
Yep, Salazar was able to sprint forward as he went off left side guard and then had a hole and is able to pick up a nice gain for the Memphis Cyclones.
Cyclones sticking with the same formation, trips to the near side, gun right, solo receiver to the far side. Mustang showing pressure with the 4-man front. Going to run fast screen and faked it. Going to hand it off up the middle. Going to be a gain of about a yard as he brought down by Jackson Graves and Kyler Hibbler for the Mustang defensive front. Also, Angelton Torrey in at the nose guard making the tackle. Ball carrier for the Cyclones, Daniel Salazar again, going to bring up 2nd 9 at the Cyclone 48-yard line. Ball's placed at the left hash. 6:25 left to play here in the first quarter. We the Mustangs 7. Tristan Wright going to run a fast screen. It's going to be almost intercepted, and Cree Newkirk with a vicious tackle from the corner spot. Nice pitch and catch from Science to Abel Villa, the senior wide receiver. And Newkirk looked like he was just about a half a step from intercepting that.
Feeling himself after that first.
Yeah, Newkirk was able to just identify the pass right at the point of attack and made an outstanding tackle. And that's just the identity of this Mustang defense, is their ability to make open field tackles. And talked to Coach earlier this past week, and then he just says, man, that's what you just stress in every practice, how much they put into making tackles and playing fundamental football.
Trips to the left, gun right. Signs. Mustang showing pressure, send a blitz. And Signs throws it up. It's going to be intercepted by Garrett Ashurst. Try to run the flag route. Intended receiver in the area for the Cyclones, Ishmael Rodriguez, and Garrett Ashurst just goes and makes a play over the top, overthrown football. And that's where the Mustangs will take over after the Cyclone turnover. Mustangs take over at their own 33. Ball's placed at the right hash.
Speaking towards reputation, Ashurst makes another interception, and he's been known to do that almost nightly, and able to get the Mustangs back on offense.
Twins to the left, gun right. Man in motion, Garrett Ashurst left to right. Newkirk takes the snap, going to hand off to Glarder. Glarder bounces it outside. It's going to be swallowed up.
Get a check on this next
Didn't get everybody picked there from the Cyclones' second level there at the linebackers there, Michael, as Armando Signs makes a tackle for Memphis. 1-yard gains can bring up 2nd 9 for the Mustangs at their own 34-yard line. Ball just inside the left hash. Mustangs go trips to the right. Jackson Graves tied in left, in tight. Gallardo to the right of Newkirk. Newkirk almost gets the hard count free play, and the left guard for the Mustangs, maybe left tackle, looked like Kyler Hibbler is going to get a jump and the Mustangs get called for their second procedure of the night. It's going to be a 5-yard gain, or 5-yard loss. Going to bring up 2nd and 15 for the Mustangs at their own 29.
Yeah, I mean, it overcame the last penalty, able to air it out the next play. We'll see what the Mustangs do here.
We talked about that in class earlier, too.
Sticking with the same formation, trips to the right. Jackson Graves tight end left. Newkirk facing a 4-man front. Takes a snap. In the pocket, wants to throw. Scrambles to his left. Sets his feet. One to throw. He's going to take it and tuck it up and go. He's going to show his speed down the sideline. He's going to stay in. It's going to go to the 30, 25, 25. Touchdown, Newkirk. Newkirk really had nowhere to go, and just showing why he squats 450 pounds, Michael. You're not going to bring him down with one arm tackle. Runs through it, tiptoes down the sideline. He goes in for 6.
That's the patience of a senior quarterback right there. Kept on looking downfield, going through his progressions, and at the last second before, defender is able to get a hand on him, he just sprints downfield and takes it to the house. Outstanding play by your senior quarterback.
And Barone getting set to add the extra point. 16 seconds on the play clock. Aaron Barone.
Good decision to tuck it in the run.
Snap back, hold down. Kick is up, high, end over end, right down the pipe, and it is good. And with 4:12 left to play in the first quarter, you're with the Mustangs 14, the Memphis Cyclones 0. We'll be back with the Mustang kick right after this. Welcome back to Nicholson Field as your Wheeler Mustangs go on top of the Memphis Cyclones by 14 here in the first quarter. And with the Market Square Supermarket score drive, Dr. King.
Mustangs need 2 plays to go 64 yards, capped off by a Newkirk sprint, and shows off his speed for a 64-yard touchdown run. As the Mustangs, with the extra point, lead this thing 14-0, 4:12 left in the first quarter.
Back deep to return as the Mustangs extend their lead here 14-0 in the first quarter. Mustangs showing dominance here offensively. Adrian Flores back deep to return for the Cyclones. Aaron Barone points left and right. Toe to leather, high end over end. Is going to go to the freshman again. Off his hands, going to be picked up and hit hard. Collision. Dangerous hit there as Juan Carlos Del Rio. And the returner in, who officially picked that up there, Mike? Was that Adrian Flores? It was. Adrian Flores and Juan Carlos Del Rio cancel each other out at the 21-yard line in Cyclone territory as they make a huge collision. And both of them felt that one.
Yeah, mass times acceleration equals force, man. And
Right.
that was a lot of it right there as Del Rio's flying downfield and taking the kickoff return at a full sprint. And, an impressive hit.
We'll have to come see you down at High Plains Chiropractic. Get a spinal adjustment there off that hit. Cyclones trips to the left, signs in the gun, showing pressure from the Mustangs. Jackson Gray's going to run the backfield. Kyler Moss going to swallow him up. Also, Diego Soto back there to tackle for loss. Officially a 4-yard loss as the Mustang defensive front just completely overwhelms the Cyclone offensive line and just tackles the running back coming off the left side for a 4-yard loss.
Outstanding play there by Kyler. Was able to fire off the football and get in the backfield very, very quickly. Almost took the handoff. And Mustangs are giving themselves a little bit more leeway with 13 yards to go here on second down for the Memphis Cyclones.
Officially a 3-yard loss as the Cyclones face a 2nd and 13 at their own 19 18-yard line. Trips to the left, gun right, signs. Takes a snap, wants to run a fast screen out to the left, caught. Can be tackled by Abraham Segala and Jackson Allen for the Mustang defense. Going to be a 5-yard gain after the tackle.
And the Mustangs are seeing something a little differently. I mean, the Memphis Cyclones are very timely with their little pop passes and little bubble screens. And like I said, he gives them a bit of a different look.
Officially a 7-yard gain as the Cyclones get up to their own 25. Ball placed at the left hash. Trips to the right, open left. Cyclones moving from the left to the right. Run a little quick pop pass across the middle. It's caught. Going to be a first down. And Garrett Ashurst makes a great open field tackle. Catch for the Cyclones made by Ethan Perkins, the senior.
Yeah, one thing about Signs, man, he doesn't take any time to get the ball out. You know, and the Mustangs like to get pressure on the quarterback, and the best way to defend that is to get rid of the ball quickly, as Signs indicated right there.
Flipping the formation, trips to the far side, solo receiver here to the near side, Signs in the gun left, facing the 4-man front, showing pressure. Gallardo off the edge, going to make a tackle in the backfield. Falls forward for a gain of 2. Kyler Hibbler and Diego Soto in also on the tackle. Ball carrier for the Cyclones, Daniel Salazar. Going to bring a 2-yard gain, going to bring up 2nd and 8 for Memphis at their own 37. Ball placed at the left hash. Minute 44 left to play here in the first. You're with the Mustangs 14, Memphis Cyclones 0 in the first. Just flipping the formation here, Mike, run a couple of plays. Trips left, trips right, here and there, trips left, gun left. Mustangs again showing pressure, Gallardo off the edge. Going to run a quick pop pass across the middle. And it's going to be another first down for the Cyclones as Science gets rid of it quick. And again, the catch across the middle, just a quick drag there, Mike. Ethan Perkins not afraid to catch one across the middle, even though he took a big shot there earlier on his early catch in the middle, like All-Stater Garrett Ashurst.
Real efficient, real timely on their passes. Good routes by the receivers, and Signs just really gets rid of the ball quickly. And like I said, it gives Mustangs a bit of a different look as they like to get pressure on the quarterback in the backfield. And like I said, linebackers have to be ready.
Flip the formation here, trips to the right, open left, gun right. Science takes a snap, going to hand it off the left side. It's going to be bottled up, tackled immediately for a 1-yard gain. And Garrett Ashurst in on the tackle. Also Nick Woolard in on the tackle for the Mustang defense, in at the nose. 1-yard gains brings up 2nd and 9. Cyclones having success in the quick pop passes as they're under 30 seconds here to play in the first. 22 seconds on the game clock, 16 on the play clock. See if the Cyclones try to make something happen here, as they did receive the opening kick. They come out and trips to the right. Mustangs showing pressure as Diego Soto goes in the backfield, blows it up, but Signs keeps it, goes off the right side, and he's going to be bottled up. Going to be a 4-yard gain as he gets to the 45-yard line in Mustang territory. And that'll do it at the end of 1. Mike, that was a quick first quarter, and the Mustangs 14, Memphis Cyclones 0.
Yeah, so far, Mustangs are pretty much doing their thing on offense, and they're just only needing 6 plays to do it in, and they got 14 points on the board. And really, okay, yeah, sorry, it's like may have to go check a player on the field here, Coach.
Okay.
But
Dr. Duty's call.
Yes, on call. But no, like I said, the Mustangs defense is doing their thing on stopping the run, and then just got to be ready for those little quick passes that the Memphis Cyclones are throwing at them.
And we'll let Dr. King go tend to a player on the field real quick. He'll join us shortly as we take on second quarter action. Bear with me as I'm a one-man band here on the TV and radio. So second quarter action. Mustang football this season brought to you by Highlands Pharmacy. Always has a doctor of pharmacy on duty to answer your questions. Highlands Pharmacies are located at 108 West Oklahoma in Wheeler and in Market Square in Shamrock. Flipping ends of the field as the Mustangs on the north side, and the Cyclones going to be moving south to the north, right to left as we watch them here in the box. They come out and trips to the left to the near side. Solo receiver up top to the far side. Mustangs in a three-man front. Signs takes a snap. Looks left, throws a fast screen to be caught and hit hard by Jackson Allen, Garrett Ashurst, and Abraham Segala. Pass complete to Ethan Perkins again. And that's going to be a 4-yard gain as he's going to bring up fourth down here. 4th and 3. Cyclones did not punt in the opening series, even on their end of their side of the 50. So expect everything to be 4-down territory for the Cyclones as they trail here 14-0 to the Mustangs here in the second quarter. Trips to the right, gun left. Mustangs showing pressure again. Signs going to run the quick pop pass, going to be caught. See, it's going to be enough for a first, I believe. And Abraham Segala, Bryce Hill for the Mustangs. And just a quick pop pass across the middle again. Ishmael Rodriguez catches the pass for a 5-yard gain. It's going to be enough to move the chains, and that will do it for the Cyclones as they get to the Mustang 39 on the move. And injured player for the Cyclones after that pitch and catch and have an injury timeout. Looks like he's all right. Just took a quick shot there on the pop pass, and we'll step aside for an injury timeout. This is Mustang football, Nicholson Field.
So my idea is to send Daniel to the left, move Diego over to the right, so that way Diego can tell him what the hell's going on.
Welcome back to Nicholson Field as the Memphis Cyclones face a new set of downs here at the Mustang 39. 2 back. Signs takes a snap, going to hand it off to the right side and hit hard for a 1-yard loss as the Mustang defense swallows him up. Jackson Graves, Chris Gallardo punishing blows there. Bryce Heffley also around the tackle. And the ball carrier for the Cyclones is going to be Daniel Salazar. 1-yard loss as he is slow to get up as the Mustang defense delivering punishing shots there on the defensive side of the ball. As a 1-yard loss brings up 2nd and 11 at the Mustang 40. Cyclones having a lot of success in the quick pass game. As they remain in 2-back. For Signs. Signs facing a 5-man front, and it's going to be a delay of game against the Cyclones. Here with 9:46 to play in the second quarter. Mustangs 14, Memphis Cyclones 0, and the Cyclones get penalty here after the injury timeout.
To not overthink it. Diego's going to be right there. If he has any questions, he can ask Diego.
Going to be facing 2nd and 16. Sticking with the same formation. Running backs to the left and right of Signs. Signs takes a snap, drops back, rolls to his right, looking to throw, does. Going to be, see if it's intercepted. It is intercepted by Bryce Hill. Goes down and gets the football. Scoops it. It looks like it just got away from Signs as he was rolling out to his right. Throws it. Bryce Hill is making an athletic play. Just dives, scoops it off the turf right in front of the official on the far sideline. He sprints down and signals catch. Signals Mustang first down. The second turnover off the interceptions this half for the Cyclones, and the Mustangs take over at their own 35. Ball's placed at the left hash. Bryce Hill, Abraham Segala, and David Samniego Trips receivers to the left. Newkirk takes a snap. Runs quarterback draw up the middle. Shows his speed. Went down the sideline. Is going to go first down plus some, about a 14-yard gain. We'll see where they mark it. And it will be a 14-yard gain for Newkirk on the quarterback draw. And that'll get to the Mustang 49. Ball's placed at the left hash. 9:13 and counting. Mustangs in tempo. Mustang football this season brought to you by the Weedle Vet Clinic. Also by Capital Farm Credit, Lee's Refrigeration, the Studio Coffee Shop, and Heffley Hardware Feed and Appliance. Newkirk signals to get the offensive switched, going trips bunch to the left. Jackson Graves tied in right. Newkirk takes a snap, getting handed off the guard off the right side. It's got a seal block from Jackson Graves. And this is David San Diego on the carry. And he's going to go for a scamper down the sideline. Almost in the area of a horse collar tackle. And San Diego is going to come up slow as he got rolled up from behind. And in on the tackle for the Cyclones, Aldo Soto. "31-yard run for David San Diego, and he got rolled up on. So we'll see. We'll take so we check on David. 8:33 left to play in the first half. We'll step aside for an injury timeout. This is Mustang football, Nicholson Field.
What you know about rolling down in the down in the
Now I know y'all be loving this shit
what you
right
know
here.
about rolling
What you gonna do?
rolling
What you gonna do now?
down in the rolling
What you gonna do? Right, y'all be loving this.
Welcome back to Nicholson Field as we come back from a significant injury to David Samniego. Upper extremity injuries, we were told. So let's be with player for David. He has to get checked out. Dr. King's still out checking on another player for the Mustangs. So try to get back to action as may have to wait actually until another if the ambulance here leaves, another one's on their way. We may have to wait to return to action until another ambulance gets here. I'll keep you posted on that. 8:33 left to play in the first half. Your Wheeler Mustangs 14, the Memphis Cyclones 0. See if they'll let us return to action here, May. Wait till the chain crew is also on the fire department, helping getting David some assistance. It looks like we're going to be back to play here after the David Samniego 31-yard gain. Mustangs going to take over in the Cyclone territory at the Cyclone 24-yard line. Ball's going to be placed at the right hash. Mustangs moving from the south to the north, left to right as we watch them here in the box, facing 1st and 10. 8:33 left to play in the second quarter. Mustang football this season brought to you by the Studio Coffee Shop. Also, Heffley Hardware, Feed and Appliance, Wellington States Bank's Wheeler Branch, the Wheeler Times, H&H Tire, and Cross Country Barn. Senior quarterback Creed Newkirk getting his team back together after an injury to one of their senior teammates. Trying to get everybody back on the same page as they've been firing on all cylinders so far tonight in the first half. Trying to punch another one in before halftime. The Mustangs do receive the second half kick. And I believe we will have to wait until going to get the ambulance off the field as I'm told. As soon as they can get backed up, we'll be back to action. Mustang football also this season brought to you by Ware Chevrolet. Ware Chevrolet and Wheeler. Check Ware's inventory and prices at warechevy.com or come out our way and trade your way at Ware Chevrolet, the home of the sharp deal making pencil in Wheeler, Texas. Market Square Supermarkets invite you to check out the new Market Square app. There's weekly specials, big savings, and even free merchandise when using your Market Square app. Mustang football this season brought to you by Shamrock Legacy Insurance. Shamrock Legacy Insurance is your independent insurance agency and can find you the best coverage at the best price. Located on Madden, just south of the post office in Shamrock. Highlands Pharmacy always has a doctor of pharmacy on duty to answer your questions. Highlands Pharmacies are located at 108 West Oklahoma in Wheeler and in Market Square in Shamrock. Looks like we're going to be a little bit till we get back to action, so we'll step aside and take a media timeout. This is Mustang football, Nicholson Field. Welcome back to Nicholson Field as injury timeout put us significantly in a delay, and we're back to action. The Mustangs' first play going to get called for procedure. And with 8:18 left to play in the first half, we're the Mustangs 14, Memphis Cyclones 0. Mustangs facing a 1st and 15 after the procedure penalty. After the injury, going to be 1st and 15 at the Cyclone 29. Mustangs in twins to the left gun, left man in motion. Abraham Segala right to left. Newkirk takes a snap, boots to his left, wants to throw, sets his feet, throws it across, up, and going to be caught by Bryce Hill. Great pitch and catch by Newkirk as Newkirk lays it on a pillow for Bryce Hill. Bryce Hill, his second catch of the night, goes in for 6 as the Mustangs extend their lead here in the first half over the Cyclones. 20-0 with 7:53 left to play. Aaron Barone's kick to follow. Garrett Ashurst holds for Barone. Snap back. It's bobbled, picked up by Garrett. Going to be high end over and kick is good. And with 7:53 left to play in the first half, here with the Mustangs 21, Memphis Cyclones 0. We'll be back with the Mustang kick right after this.
Yeah, as soon as you took off and you went in there. That happened. Yeah. What's Bryce saying? What's Kyler saying?
Welcome back to Nicholson Field as your Wheeler Mustangs go on a 2-play, 31-yard drive. Pitch and catch from 31-yard catch from Bryce Hill from Creed Newkirk. Extra point by Aaron Barone is good. And with 7:53 left to play in the first half, you're with the Mustangs 21, Memphis Cyclones 0, and Dr. King is back from using that medical degree. Appreciate your help.
Well, you know, it's some banged up Mustangs over there. So, like I said, hopefully we can get everything under control and they get healthy.
Appreciate the help. Aaron Barone. Points left and right. Toe to leather. High end over end kicks can be fielded at the 20. Excuse me, at the 10. And big collision again as Garrett Ashurst and Diego Soto in on the tackle. Going to go all the way to the Cyclone 21-yard line. An 11-yard return. Return is going to be Sylvester Castillo, the freshman for the Cyclones. Going to face here 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line. Ball's placed at the left hash. Cyclones moving from the south to the north, right to left as we watch them. As they come out and trips to the left, gun right. Mustangs in a 4-man front. Going to hand it off. Sign's going to hand it off. Running through arm tackle. Still on his feet. Finally brought down by... See who that was there, Mike. I mean, Nick Woolard. Also, Kyler Hibbler. Ball carrier for the Cyclones, Daniel Salazar. Going to be a 5-yard gain. He's going to bring up 2nd and 5. Daniel Hernandez checks in for Diego Soto. And at the linebacker spot, Trips to the right, gun right for the Cyclones. Science takes a snap, going to hand it off to Salazar again. Spins off the initial contact in the backfield. That was Nick Woolard with initial contact in the backfield. Cleaning up the mess was Jackson Graves and Kyler Hibbler. Going to be a 1-yard loss, going to bring up 3rd and 6.
So far, 2 great tackles by Kyler Hibbler. Well, back up on 1st and 2nd down. And as Memphis Cyclones enter here on 3rd.
3rd and 6 for Memphis at their own 30. Ball's in the middle of the field as they come out and trips to the near side. Solo receiver to the far side. Gun left. Mustangs showing pressure off the left edge. Science keeps it, going to run it across the middle. Quick slant, falls incomplete. Intended receiver and Ethan Perkins, who's been 100% until that pitch and catch there, goes just off his fingertips. Falls incomplete. It's going to bring up 4th and long for the Cyclones. Looks like they will bring the punt team in this time, as everywhere else has been 4-down territory for the Cyclones.
No question. Like Mustangs so far, I mean, still playing stout on defense, and regardless of the loss of bodies, next man up, and they're stepping in and playing fast to the football.
Mustangs going to put All-Stater Garrett Ashurst back, and going to send Bryce Hill off the edge, almost blocked, and it's going to be caught and swallowed up by Jackson Graves on the sack, and that's going to be Signs. The quarterback, it changed into punter, had nowhere to go as Bryce Hill was in his face, tried to weave through it, and then he met Jackson Graves in the backfield, tackle for loss.
Yeah, Bryce Hill went untouched, and the punter got a little apprehensive on sending one off, and then just met Jackson Graves head on as the Mustangs retained possession just outside the red zone.
Mustang football, after the mishap, unfortunate for the Cyclones, disastrous as they don't get the punt.
Jeez Louise.
Punt off at their own, at the Cyclone 22-yard line. We'll get it together here in a second as the Mustangs get everybody on the field that they need as they come out in trips bunch to the right. Going to hand it off to Gallardo. Gallardo's going to cut it up inside. Running through arm tackle is going to be helmet comes off for one of the Cyclones. He'll have to leave the field. And Jackson Graves just pushed over the pile. Chris Gallardo on the ball carry for 8 yards. The 8-yard gain's going to bring up 2nd and 2. It'll be at just inside the 15-yard line in Cyclone territory. Ball's placed at the right hash. 5:53 left to play in the first half. We're the Mustangs 21, Memphis Cyclones 0. Mustangs knocking on the door of the red zone as they come out in twins to the right, gun right. Newkirk takes a snap. Going to hand it off to Gallardo this time. Right behind Diego Soto. Bounces outside is Gallardo. Gallardo running through a face mask. No flag. Here comes a flag late. Drug down from behind. It's going to be about a 7-yard gain. It should be half a distance to the goal after the personal foul face mask. Gallardo gets his head snapped around back to the right.
Yeah, I mean, pretty evident. Draws a penalty flag every time.
I was thinking going Superman right here. We went off script right there. We should be on 11. Let's Trey a 4 buck option.
Half a distance to the goal after the face mask penalty by the Cyclone defense. Going to bring up 1st and goal from the 3-yard line. Mustangs on the left hash. Trey formation, Jackson Graves tight end right. Garrett Ashurst in motion right to left. Newkirk takes a snap. Going to keep it for himself. Speed option. Going to tuck it up and had Garrett Ashurst on the pitch. Tuck it up inside for the 3-yard touchdown. And Newkirk calls his own number. And the Mustangs go in for 6, extending their lead here in the first half. 27-0. Extra point to follow.
Newkirk coming around, and then he had a couple of options on the option, and then decided to call his own number. Wise call. 3-yard touchdown run by Creed Newkirk.
Mustangs adding a lot of wrinkles this week. Lots of motion, lots of different formations here. They were in a wing set that time. Out of the gun And Aaron Marone's extra point. Snap back, hold down. Kick is up, and it will be good. 100% by Barone. And with 5:07 left to play in the first half, we the Mustangs 28, Memphis Cyclones 0. We'll be back with the Mustang Kick right after this.
What you know about rolling down in the down in the
Welcome back to Nicholson Field as the 3-yard touchdown run from quarterback Creed Newkirk extends the lead for your Wheeler Mustangs over the Memphis Cyclones by a score of 28-0. And with the Lee's Refrigeration score drive, Dr. King.
Mustangs need 3 plays to go 21 yards just outside of the Memphis Cyclone red zone, capped off by Newkirk, 3-yard touchdown run. So Mustangs lead this thing off the field goal the extra point that was good, 28-0. 5:07 left in the second.
Back deep to return for the Cyclones on this set. Going to be senior Ethan Perkins.
Yeah.
As Ambrone points left and right.
Yeah,
high end over end pooch kicks. Going to go to the 20. It's fielded at the 20. And it's going to be ran out of bounds. That is going to be Ethan Perkins on the return. He's going to get all the way to the Cyclone 32-yard line. With 12-yard return for Perkins, as that's where they'll take over 1st and 10 with 5:04 left to play in the first half. Mustangs do receive the second half kick. Cyclones trying to get on the board as they trail the Wheeler Mustangs here at Nicholson tonight by a score of 28-0. Cyclones out of the huddle. 2 receivers wide left and right. Gun left. Signs facing a 3-man front. Signs takes a snap. Going to keep it for himself off the right side. And hit hard by Aaron Barone. Great pursuit by the defense as Abraham Segala just kept contained. Pushed him back inside to the defense, and Signs going to pay for it as he tries to cut it up in. Back inside, but not before he gets a 5-yard gain. A 4-yard gain is going to bring up 2nd and 6.
Yeah, make no mistake. I mean, it's a 28-0 game, but it's been a hard-hitting ball game by both teams.
Jackson Graves, defensive end left. Preston Hampton, the freshman, in at nose. Kyler Hibbler, right defensive end. Abraham Segala coming off the right side. And Jackson Graves just going to swallow up completely for a 5-yard loss. Ball carrier for the Cyclones going to be Daniel Salazar, just absolutely nowhere to go as he tries to bounce it outside. And Jackson Graves, the All-Stater, swallows that one up for another tackle for loss. Cyclones facing 3rd and 10.
Jackson Graves,
their own 32.
Doing nothing new there, able to just wrap up and make a tackle. And once you get in his big mitts, it's hard to get away.
Mustang football this season brought to you by Lee's Refrigeration. As the Cyclones come out in trips to the left, gun left. Watch the quick pop pass from Signs. Looks left, wants to throw. Throws a intercepted by Jackson Allen as he drops back into coverage. He's going to go for the return. And he coughs the ball up, and it goes out of bounds.
Tell Creed let's go to 13 right
and Jackson Allen playing corner there, Mike, just drops underneath that flag route from the inside slot.
Beautiful
and
pick.
Safety over the top.
Absolutely beautiful.
Been a perfect pass if Jackson Allen wasn't there to pick that one off. Never saw him.
You almost seem to say he can baited the quarterback into making that throw, and he just read it the whole time and attacks the ball at its highest point and makes the catch for an interception, and he puts his Mustangs back in scoring territory here with 3:18 left.
29-yard line in Cyclone territory are the Mustangs. 3:18 as they lead here 28-0, looking to strike again as they come out and twins to the right. Gun right. Newkirk takes a snap, drops back in the pocket, looks to throw right, dumps it off in the middle. Can be caught by Garrett Asher, still on his feet, making people miss, still scampering. Going to go to the 20, 15, and Bryce Hill. That would have been, back when we played there, Mike, that would have been a helmet sticker, but the blindside block going to negate the play as he delivered a vicious hit. I thought he had a good block. It's hard to make that one, hard to train yourself out of that, you know?
Yeah, it's one of those things they try to take out of the ball game, and it's a lot of the reasons why maybe I forget things pretty easy, Coach. And, and like I said, it's used to be a clean play they're trying to eliminate, but before the penalty was called, man, Garrett Asher is just making a play and throwing a couple jukes out there and springing outside, but it gets negated by an illegal block.
And after the penalty and the Garrett Asher's had yards after catch there, Mike. Looks like he's going to go in to score. He comes out and trips to the right, tried again. Newkirk takes a snap, drops back in the pocket, looks right, throws it across the middle. He's going to get a deep pass into Bryce Hill and ran it out of his hands. Jackson Graves also in the area. And that one, Bryce Hill had that one 4-6. That one falls incomplete. Great pass there by Newkirk.
Yeah, if anything, man, most of the passes tonight from Newkirk has just been on the money, but just unable to haul that one in the back of the end zone.
2:57 left to play in the first half. Mustangs looking to strike again. Come out and twins to the right. Bryce Hill solo receiver to the far side. Newkirk takes a snap. Going to hand it off to Gallardo this time off the left side. And he's going to go for a 9-yard gain. 10-yard gain after the penalty. He's going to bring up 3rd and 1. Going to get to the Cyclone 21-yard line there, Mike. Sorry.
You hit on that earlier in the pregame, Coach, and they're showing their versatility on offense. You know, last week just really able to get the job done solely running the football. Tonight they're getting it done through the air, a more balanced attack, and then Newkirk showing his great ability with his arm strength tonight.
And Coach Gerardo, head coach for the Memphis Cyclones, doesn't like what he sees, doesn't get his personnel in there, what he wants. And so he's going to be forced to call his first time out of the half. And with 2:26 left to play here in the second quarter, we the Mustangs 28, Memphis Cyclones 0. Cyclones take a timeout. We'll take one with them. This is Mustang football, Nicholson Field.
I'll check them out at half.
Welcome back to Nicholson Field as your Wheeler Mustangs lead the Memphis Cyclones here in the second game of district play by a score of 28-0. Mustangs facing a 3rd and 2 at the Cyclone 21-yard line.
Is he going 14 here?
Ball's placed at the left hash. Mustangs moving from the north to the south, left to right as we watch them as they come out and twins to the left, gun left. Bryce Hill solo receiver to the near side. Jackson Graves in the sniffer back behind the right guard. Newkirk takes a snap. Going to run a fast screen out to Abraham. Abraham catches, get behind Garrett Asher. Is fighting through traffic, still on his feet. Going to go down for the first down plus some. That's going to stop the clock. 2:19 here, and the Mustangs on the move. Here should be, see where he gets to officially, right at the 11. They're going to say at the 10, it'll be 1st and goal.
Nice little pitch and catch right there. And Segala shows his elusiveness, brings up field, and Mustangs looking to try to get the ball in the end zone still with 2 minutes left here in the second quarter.
Knocking on the door are the Mustangs, and that's Capital Farm credit. Red zone is the Mustangs here, first and goal. Tray formation. Newkirk takes the snap, bolsters right, sets his feet. He's going to throw it up to Jackson Graves. Jackson Graves fighting through traffic. He's going to take 3 men on with the big body from the tight end. He's going to go in for 6.
I think you guys right.
Jackson Graves just bullying his way through from the 10-yard line. 10-yard pitch and catch there from Newkirk. There from the tight end there on the at the front pylon. Sorry, I'll get it out in a second.
Yeah, he just doesn't throw bodies around, man. He's got some soft hands to him, as we saw in Sanford Fritch with the one-handed snag. Makes another great catch, and then just it's hard to bring the man down. Just one tackler as he is able to get across the end zone.
Aaron Barone's extra point here to follow. From Diego Soto, snap back to Garrett. High end over end kick from Barone, and it is no good as he pulls it to the left this time. Was pitching 100%, batting 1,000 there, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
And with 2:11 left to play here in the first half, you're with the Mustangs 34.
It looked good from here.
Memphis 0. All Mustangs here so far, Mike, in this first half. Mustangs sustained 2 injuries. One pretty significant, unfortunately, to David. Hopefully he'll be all right. And then some other injuries here from the Mustangs. But so far, pretty clean. The Mustangs just dominant here in the first half.
Really, I mean, you look at the Mustangs tape, and you're really hard to pinpoint what they can do on offense. They can do everything pretty well. Run the football, and they're getting it done through the air tonight. And like I said, they're throwing out a number of looks, and Coach Lowrance doing a great job play calling and then getting the Mustangs ready to go. And, it's just I'm pretty sure the defense just did not see this coming from the Mustangs based off their success of last week.
And, there's Mustangs just showing a lot of wrinkles they've been working on. This is when you start getting those into gameplay. In district, getting those wrinkles, lots of motion, getting lots of different athletes involved. Abraham and Bryce, Garrett, Newkirk, also Gallardo, keeping a balance there, getting the tight end a touchdown there as Aaron Barone kicks it high end over end kicks and be fair caught at the 25. And that's going to be their quarterback Armando Signs in on special teams, calls for a catch, and that's where they'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Ball will be placed at the left hash. Mustang football this year brought to you by Highlands Pharmacy. Also with Wheeler Vet Clinic. Wheeler Vet Clinic at 1309 West Oklahoma in Wheeler offers professional care for your livestock and pet needs. For appointments, call Drs. Ben Ed and Leanne Hillhouse at 806-826-5821. 2:11 here in the first half. Mustangs do receive the second half kick. Nick Willard in at the nose. Bryce Heffley in at the right end. Jackson Graves at the left end. Trips to the right from the Cyclones. Sign's going to hand it off. And fighting through tackles is Salazar, the junior, spinning through. It's going to be a 5-yard gain. Great run there by Salazar as he gets it up the gut, makes the spin move, and we're going to take it to the 2-minute timeout. Still haven't gotten used to that here, Mike, with 1:57 left to play.
Yeah, it's we can thank college football for that. God bless the game, but it's we talked about the controversy when it came around the coaches meeting about just bringing in the rule, and we've talked about this in maybe overloaded detail. But like I said, it could either hurt a team, it could help a team, or do absolutely nothing. And, that's what a large case that a lot of coaches really harped on in the coaches meeting. But nonetheless, it's a part of the game now, and here we are with 2-minute timeouts.
And out of the timeout, Mustangs holding the Cyclones there. Great run there by Daniel Salazar for the Cyclones as he gets a 5-yard gain, brings up 2nd and 5 at the Cyclone 30. Ball's placed just inside the right hash. 2 minutes left to play here in the first half. Mustangs 34, Cyclones 0. Diego Soto and Aaron Barone in at the linebacker spot. Chris Gallardo and Joaquin Tintori. Trips to the right, gun left. Science takes a snap, drops back in the pocket, pumps left, throws right. It's going to be intercepted again by Garrett Ashurst. Got his second of the game, returning it. Going to go to the 30. Cutting back, still on his feet, fighting through big bodies of the offensive linemen who are down there trying to tackle him. And just ran out of real estate there, Mike, is Garrett Ashurst. They're on a mission to show him why he's an all-state selection.
Yep, and the reason he is an all-state selection is he is truly a ball hawk. When he sees the ball in the air, he's going to go after it. And the key thing that makes him truly special is when he has the ball in his hands, he's the kickoff return specialist, and he can do some things with it. And he was not only looking to get yards, but to return that in for 6.
Yeah, he's pretty disappointed as he saw daylight and paid right there for himself off get a defensive touchdown, get another sticker. That's always a goal on the goal chart, defensive touchdown. And the Mustangs looking to strike again with minute 42 left to play in the first half, leading 34-0. And Mustangs do receive the second half kick. Twins to the right, Jackson Graves tight end left, Abraham Segala to the far side. Newkirk takes a step, wants to throw, rolls, does, going to be caught by Garrett, and it's going to go to caught at the 2, and they're going to say incomplete. So just a tad short, kind of got bottled up there, Mike. And
yeah, the sideline judge was pretty much all over it. I mean, from here in the vantage point, looked like he was able to get under and scoop it up. But like I said, we'll leave it to the fans of the official. They got a closer look at it.
Stops the clock with 1:35. Mustangs here first and goal from the Cyclone 7-yard line. Ball's at the left hash. Newkirk takes a snap, going to hand it off to Ashurst. Ashurst going to go in behind Jackson Graves, and he's going to skip into the end zone off of the reverse. And Mustangs, Garrett Ashurst scored off that one last week. And getting his name in the paper off the interception, wasn't quite able to get it there defensively, so they throw him a bone, get him there offensively. And the Mustangs lead here 40-0 with a minute 31 left to play.
There's so much you can do with that look and motion. You know, it's kind of like Andy Reid style offense where they send under motion, and you can do a shovel pass, you can do a quick reverse and a jet handoff, and you get in the hands of Mr. Ashurst. He's looking to get in the end zone, and he just stood there for 12 yards.
Snap back, hold down, Amberone looking for redemption. And that one is good. And with 1:31 left to play in the first half, Wheeler Mustangs 41, Memphis Cyclones 0. We'll be back with the Mustang kick right after this.
He's got to take that up with Coach Hoover. That's a defensive thing.
Welcome back to Nicholson Field. I am Camden Doris here with Dr. Michael King. You're listening to Wheeler High School Sports Radio on Legends 98.9. And with the Capital Farm Credit Score Drive, Dr. King.
Mustangs needed 2 plays to get 12 yards deep in the Cyclone territory. Ashurst did a great pick and able to return it downfield and able to cap it off with a 12-yard touchdown reverse. And as the Mustangs lead this thing, 41-0, 1:31 left in the second.
Mustangs going to get called for offsides here on the kick as Barone punches it deep to Ethan Perkins. And Perkins going to be ran out of bounds by Garrett Ashurst. He's going to get to the 22-yard line. Diego Soto just a little too ambitious there as he gets called for the offsides on the kickoff. And the Cyclones will take over 1st and 10 after the mark-off at their own 27-yard line. Ball's placed at the left hash. 1:25 left to play in the first half. Angelton Torrey in at the nose for the Mustangs. Kyler Hibbler, Bryce Heffley in at the ends. Trips to the right, gun left. Science takes a snap. Going to keep it for himself. Get behind the guard, and Abraham Segala is going to swallow him up and sling him out of bounds. Clock will keep running. And that's going to be a 2-yard gain. It's going to bring up 2nd and 8.
It's an outstanding luxury the Mustangs have on defense. We got Segala and Jackson Graves on both edges. I mean, they play
both rangy.
Yes, and they cover grounds. They got a different style to them. While Jackson Graves looks to add to his total and his sack count. You got Segala, who's just a great run defender, and he shows it that much on that play.
Same formation, trips to the right, gun left. Salazar to the left of Signs. Going to hand it off to Salazar this time, and Diego Soto making a punishing hit, cleaned up by Bryce Heffley. Also Garrett Ashurst.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3-yard gain. It's going to bring up 3rd and 5 for the Cyclones. 12 seconds left to play, and that should do it here at half. The Mustangs do receive the second half kick. The Mustangs lead here 41-0 here at halftime. And that'll do it here at the end of the first half, Mike. And the Mustangs are all Mustangs here so far in the first half. And impressive on the run and through the air.
It's one of those things that you can't be too surprised on how they're handling their defense, handle themselves on defense, if I can get under my own words here. But offensively, they've been mightily impressive, just getting things done through the air. And your QB1's having a night tonight, putting it on the dot, outside of a couple drop passes on offense. He's just been really displaying a lot of arm talent tonight, as well as his running ability on that 62-yard run. And the Mustangs just really flexing all the muscle they have tonight against the Memphis Cyclones.
And about 20 minutes here at the half. Mustangs lead here 41-0. Stay tuned for second half action, as it's all Mustangs so far here in the first half. It's a fun one here at Nicholson. I Cam the Doors here with Dr. Michael King for Real High School Sports Radio Legends 98.9. Stay tuned for second half action right after this. Welcome back to Nicholson Field at your Wheeler Mustangs on top of the Memphis Cyclones after the half, 41-0. And the Mustangs do receive the second half kick. Some scores from around the area and the district. Clarendon over Shamrock 8-6 at halftime. Wellington 24-6 over Quanah at the half. Some area scores: number 3 Panhandle 28, number 7 WT 26. Start of the third quarter. And up the road on 83 Canadian all over Freona at the half, 58-0. Kick by the Cyclones, going to be out of bounds by Eli Martin. Senior kicks that one off, and it's going to go out of bounds to start this third quarter. And we'll see where they say it went out at. Mustangs will take over 1st and 10 at their own 32. Ball's placed at the right hash. Mustangs moving from the north to the south, left to right as we watch them as they come out in twins to the right, gun left. Newkirk takes the snap, going to hand it off to Gallardo. Gallardo off the right side. He's going to gain 9 on the play. Officially 8. Going to get to the 40. Going to bring up 2nd and 2. Same formation. Bryce Hill to the far side. 2 receivers, Jackson Allen and Abraham Segala to the near side. Gallardo to the right of Newkirk. Facing a 5-man front. Newkirk takes a snap, hands off Gallardo up the middle this time. Gets to the second, third level. Is going to get all the way to the 49-yard line. Give me a 14-yard gain. Excuse me, 9-yard gain. I apologize. 9-yard gain. Going to get to just hair shy of the 50. Mustangs still on the right hash. Gallardo on the past 2 carries. Mustangs come out and trips bunch to the right. Jackson Graves tight end left. Newkirk takes the snap to Gallardo off the right side. Bobbles it, keeps it for himself. Going to go to the 40, punishing the tackler. And it's going to be brought down by 2 Cyclones, and that's going to be senior Ethan Perkins and Aldo Soto for the Cyclones. And that'll move the chains for the Mustangs in Cyclone territory as they get to the Cyclone 37. Abraham and Jackson Allen split out to the near side. Jackson Graves tight end right. Newkirk takes a snap to Gallardo. Gallardo off the left side behind Jackson Graves and Diego Soto. Off the left side, going to follow Jackson Graves all the way to the end zone. No flags. Going to go into the end. Mustang in. Touchdown into the Cyclones end of the field on the south side. And no flags. 35-yard touchdown run by Chris Gallardo. Amberone's extra point. Only missed one. Has been perfect, except for one. Takes pride in it as Amberone. Takes a snap from Diego. Garrett holds. Snap back, hold down, kick is up. It's good. And the back judge throws a flag. We'll see what they're going to call. Maybe against the Cyclones. Maybe makes contact with the center. Kind of in the area of that where the flag is. And the Cyclones signaling it's against the Mustangs. Feels good. Personal foul against the Cyclones. Be assessed on the kick. I would assume there that personal foul was the center is protected on the snap He has his head down, not supposed to make contact with him. Looked like that was where they threw the flag, where he made contact with the snapper there, Diego Soto, and that's where the personal foul took place, and that'll be assessed on the kick. And Amberone will be kicking from the 50. Back deep to return for the Cyclones, Ethan Perkins. Also Daniel Salazar for the Cyclones. Move him up to the 45 is where Amberone will kick after the personal foul. Aaron points left and right. He's going to kick this one out of the end zone, and the Cyclones will take over at their own 25 after the Aaron Barone kick. Been instructed that this clock will run here in the second half. Mustangs lead here 48-0. Mustang football this season brought to you by Ware Chevrolet, also Market Square Supermarkets, Shamrock Legacy Insurance, Highlands Pharmacy, the Wheeler Vet Clinic, Capital Farm Credit, Marshall Auto, Lee's Refrigeration, the Studio Coffee Shop, Heffley Hardware, Feed and Appliance, Wellington State Bank's Wheeler Branch, the Wheeler Times, H&H Tire, and Cross Country Barn. Mustangs making several substitutions, especially here on defense. Diego Soto likely to be finished through the night. Daniel Hernandez comes in at the linebacker spot. Ty Taylor in at the nose. Cyclones trips to the left, gun left, signs. Takes a snap. Going to hand off to Salazar. Salazar up the middle. Be tackled by Bryce Heffley. It'll be a 4-yard gain. Cyclones will be at their own 29-yard line just inside the left hash. Cyclones 2nd and 6. Same formation, trips to the left. Open right, gun right. 3-man front from the Mustangs. Science takes a snap again to Salazar. Off the right side, bounces it out. Going to be bottled up by the Mustang defensive line. Absolutely nowhere to go. Back to the original line of scrimmage. Salazar visibly frustrated as Kyler Hibbler swallows him up in the backfield. Brings up 3rd and 6. Memphis flips the formation this time, trips to the far side, solo receiver to the near side, gun right. Signs with 2 seconds on the play clock, takes a snap, going to handle Salazar off the guard tackle, coughs the football up. Mustangs trying to get a scoop and score, and they're going to fall on it. Trying to get a defensive touchdown as Salazar coughs the football up. Mustangs fall on it, and Daniel Hernandez recovers it for the Mustangs. And they'll take over here 1st and 10 after the 3rd turnover of the ballgame from the Cyclones. The Mustangs have the football in Cyclone territory at the Cyclone 24. 4:06 left to play here in the 3rd quarter. Mustangs 48, Cyclone 0. Dr. King's about to rejoin the cast after some more doctor assessments here during halftime. Mustangs come out in twins to the left. Joaquin Tintori in at the running back to the right of Newkirk. Segala sends Bryce Hill in motion left to right, and the jet gets the forward pass, still on his feet. And Bryce Hill's going to get a 4-yard gain off the jet wet pass, just pitched it up to him there in the front.
Yeah.
And 5-yard gain officially is going to bring up 2nd and 5.
Yeah, bear with me if I'm breathing heavily into the microphone right now. It's been a busy evening, Coach, but hopefully the kids are going to be okay here and, just get healthy. And it's good knowing that they have a pretty good cushion here at 48-0 deep into the third quarter.
Abraham Segala and Jackson Allen, twin receivers to the near side. Bryce Hill, solo receiver to the far. Newkirk hands it off to Tentori up the middle. Tentori's going to get the first down plus some. It's going to be a 7-yard gain there from Tentori. Going to get to the Cyclone 11. Ball's going to be in the left hash. As Tentori, Speedy gets up behind the right guard and tackle. Preston Hampton and Diego Soto punches up there for another Mustang first down.
Tentori, a good runner out of the backfield. Kind of hard to see back there. You can hide behind your linemen and really spring upfield. And he's another added weapon for the Mustangs offense. There's a lot you can do with this young man.
Junior Saul Gallardo in at the tight end for Jackson Graves. Handed off to Tentori off the left side. Cuts it back up inside. And it's going to be a 3-yard gain. Tackle on the play from the Cyclones is going to be Armando Saenz. Going to bring up 2nd and 7. Ball at the Cyclone 7-yard line. Minute 20 left to play in the third quarter. Wheeler Mustangs 48, Memphis Cyclones 0. As Mustangs get a playoff here with 10 seconds left on the play clock. Trips bunch to the right. Mustangs in hurry up. Newkirk, 2 seconds. Snaps it to Tentori. Tentori off the right side. Looks like he's going to go in for the touchdown untouched. As the Mustangs in the trips bunch to the right just seal all the Cyclones off. And Tentori gets his first of the night as he walks in untouched. 48 seconds left here in the third quarter. And extra point to follow as the Mustangs extend their lead here 54-0.
Yeah, right on the spot. Just another added weapon and able to just go slight motion and then take the handoff and then jet to the end zone. Great run by Tentori.
Extra point here by Aaron Barone. Snap back, hold down. Kick is up. And he got that one. And that'll do it at the end of the third quarter. At the end of 3, Wheeler Mustangs 55, Memphis Cyclone 0. We'll be back with the Mustang kick right after this. Welcome back to Nicholson Field. At the end of the third quarter, Wheeler Mustangs 55, Memphis Cyclones 0. And with the Highlands Pharmacy score drive, Dr. King, we didn't have one because you were gone, my bad.
Well,
the
one that I saw, the
athletes.
Mustangs were inside the 30, and then Joaquin Tentori was able to tote the rock, and then from
7-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, 7-yard touchdown run. But like you said, the Mustangs continue to roll here on offense, really open things up, like you said, Coach, wrinkles and just different looks, and shows the versatility of their offense.
Aaron Barone's going to send a knuckleball down the field. It's going to roll out of bounds at the Cyclone 15-yard line. Barone tried to get a pooch kick on that one, kind of got kind of got on top of that a little more than he wanted to, and knuckleball spun out of bounds. Just an unfortunate kick there for Barone, as he wants to kick it, right every single time.
Oh,
Goes out of bounds.
He's so good where, these kickers, they can get kind of cute with it and put a number of tricks on the ball, but one of those things he's working to perfect. But outside of that, man, kicking extra points, they're going to have to start putting a net back here on these field goal posts here at Nicholson Field, the way he's been knocking them through.
And the Cyclones will take over at their own 30 after the out-of-bounds penalty. Trips to the right. Twins left, no back. Signs facing a three-man front. Aaron Barone sending pressure off the edge. Signs going to call his own number. Quarterback draw up the middle. Going to be a 14-yard gain, and I'm going to say forward progress. The Mustangs say he coughed it up, and they're going to say it was forward progress was stopped at the 14 after the 14-yard gain, and first down Cyclones.
It's tough treading for the Cyclones offense tonight. I've been really impressed with Signs' ability tonight, able to run the football and able to throw a good ball from the quarterback position. Just it's really difficult when Mustang defense, how much pressure they put on you in the backfield. But even with that going on, he's been pretty impressive tonight.
Still no back. Trips to the left, Twins to the right. Signs in no back. Had some success early in the quick hot passes. Going to run quarterback draw off the left side, and Garrett Ashurst looking for the strips. He tackled Signs. Ball comes out. They're going to say he's down again as he coughs it up the second time. And after forward progress, Signs going to get a 7-yard gain.
Yeah, Ashurst's always looking for the turnover. Now he's just trying to work in the peanut punch,
right,
and then able to try to jar the ball loose. And he's looking to try to generate another turnover for the Mustang defense.
7-yard gains bring up 2nd and 3. Cyclones in Mustang territory at the Mustang 49-yard line. Ball's placed at the left hash. Cyclones moving from the north to the south, left to right as we watch them as they come in. Trips to the right, Twins left. Signs takes a snap again. Going to run quarterback draw off the right side. Going to get bottled up, and it can be tackled hard by Abraham Segala, Daniel Hernandez, and Creed Newkirk. And that will be enough for a first down, however, as he gets to the Mustang 46.
Signs did a good job advancing the sticks, but Hernandez did a great job breaking down on defense, not breaking contain and not allowing it to become a bigger play.
Look to be quarterback draw again. Just keep it in Signs' hands. They come out in no back. Signs going to keep it to himself off the left side this time, and going to just run out of real estate. Elects to go down, and it's going to go back to the original line of scrimmage. Get a 1-yard gain. They'll give him. It'll be 2nd and 9 at the Mustang 45.
Coach, we talked about it maybe a number of times through this broadcast and in the pregame. This Mustang defense, they play fast, but really disciplined football and strictly in the fundamentals. And what was it? Coach Bill Belichick was asking, what was the secret of playing great defense? And his answer was simply just making a tackle.
Right.
And in the Mustangs, that's the one thing they do is they do make tackles.
Sounds silly, but as simple as that and as hard as it is to do that as well. Going to send Signs out of the backfield and going to put in the Wildcat for the Cyclones. Give Signs just a little bit of a break. And the Wildcat's going to be Ishmael Rodriguez, the senior. As they just run no back quarterback draw, going to bring up 7-yard gains, going to bring up 3rd and 3. Mustangs looking for the 5th shutout of the season. If they can keep the Cyclones out of the end zone here with a 55-0 lead. Lots of substitutions in the game for the Mustangs, as they've ran quarterback draw every time on this series. It's going to be Rodriguez again in at the Wildcat. Rodriguez keeps the ball off the right side this time, looking for a hole. Scampers out to his left, going to be bottled up, fighting forward, and maybe a gain of a half a yard. sold up by the Mustang defense. Preston Hampton in on the tackle. Cody Sanchez. Daniel Hernandez in on the tackle.
Yeah, Preston Hampton is
Edwin Jimenez also there, sorry.
Yeah, Preston Hampton is a freshman that continues to impress and earning a lot of the coaches' respect and earning a lot of playing time and just really mixing it up right there as a defensive lineman.
Same formation. The Signs goes back to the quarterback, trips to the right, Twins left, no back. 4th and 2. Signs keeps it for himself up the middle. It's going to be nowhere to go. He's going to take his big body and stumble forward, not fumble. As he keeps it, and that'll move the chains in favor of the Cyclones, keeping it on the ground here at the Mustang 35-yard line, just inside the left hash.
Able to fall forward, and a little Cyclone version of the tush push is able to advance the sticks.
And we'll see if the Cyclones, again, they had a lot of success early, especially in the first quarter with the little pop pass. Haven't gone back to it since. Kind of curious why they got away from that, but going to give Signs a little bit of a breather, and they're going to keep it on the ground and give it to Ethan Perkins and the Wildcat. And the Cyclones are going to get called for procedure as the right guard jumps. That'll move the Cyclones back. Bring up 1st and 15 for the Cyclones at the Mustang 40. 4:47 and counting. Ethan Perkins, the senior, in at the Wildcat. No back. Perkins going to keep it for himself. Abraham Segala overruns the play in the backfield. Going to be a 6-yard gain as Perkins gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Plus just a little bit. It's going to bring up 2nd and 9 at the Mustang 34. Daniel Hernandez in on the tackle for the Mustang defense. Mustangs take great pride in those shutouts. Get sticker and I think some donuts as well if they pitch a shutout. So kind of a big deal to them on Friday nights to fly around and not let anybody in the end zone.
No question, Coach. Like I said, they had 6 last year. They're going to be trying to get their best effort for number 4 on this season.
Perkins still in at the Wildcat. Going to keep it for himself. Almost fumbles as he bobbles a snap on the run. Gains another 3 on the play. He's going to bring up 3rd and 6 at the Mustang 31-yard line.
Coach, you were having a discussion last week with Coach Hoover on just how impressive the Mustang defense has been this season. Just, like you said, put things in perspective. Just 8 points allowed all season. And so far, this deep into the season, that is a very impressive thing. I mean, not make any markers. Last year's defense was historic, and this defense is just on pace.
Perkins in and at the Wildcat. No back. Going to keep it for himself and run the stunts. Going to be Abraham Segala. He's had quite a bit enough of that quarterback draw right at him, and so he breaks down, shoots the gap, breaks down, make a tackle for loss, brings up 4th and a long 7 for the Cyclones at the Mustang 32. 2:45 left to play here in the ball game. We will have to take the 2-minute timeout, but will be Mustangs football here if they can hold them out here 4th and long for the Cyclone offense. Perkins still in at the Wildcat. No back, trips to the right, Twins left. Perkins for himself off the right side. Going to get a seal block, cuts it back up inside, and Joaquin Tintori cuts his legs out. Looks like he's going to be short, and the Mustang offense will take over as the Cyclones unable to convert. As Mustangs will take over here 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line. Ball will be placed at the left hash. That will be the 2-minute timeout.
As it were.
Maybe they're not gonna. Maybe they like not to take it. We'll see here. They haven't stopped the clock. Here the second half. And just kidding. No 2-minute timeout. As the Mustangs, I think, are just going to kneel this one out. They get in the victory formation. Chris Gallardo behind Creed Newkirk here in the victory formation as Newkirk's going to wind this play clock down to 6 seconds, and Mustangs should only have to do that 2 more times. The Cyclones not going to call a timeout as they trail here 55-0 to the Mustangs as they're going to go 2-0 in district, 6-1 on their season.
And next week as they travel to Clarendon, and like I said, clicking on all cylinders, and being a defensive coordinator preparing for these Mustangs, you got to wonder, what are they going to throw at you?
Right.
Looking like a strictly running football team, and then coming out this week just throwing a lot of just motion sets, and then playing out of motion, and then throwing the ball deep tonight, and able to get it done mostly through the air. And this Mustangs team, I mean, just full of athletes, and then one thing they do, they play fast.
The Mustangs, again, like you said, just firing all cylinders. Minimal penalties, just a couple of pre-snap penalties tonight. And Mustangs defense gets another shutout. Go 2-0 in district. Mustang look really, really good, and the wrinkles that they put on.
Right.
Lots of motion, like you said. Lots of different formations. Hard to prepare for. The Mustangs are on the road next week against Clarendon. Clarendon and Memphis were in a tight one there early at half. It was 8-6 in favor of the Cyclones, I believe. It was Clarendon 8, Shamrock 6. We'll see if we can get some score updates for you before we leave you here at the end of this district matchup between the Wheeler Mustangs. Some scores from around the area. Final tonight here at Nicholson. Wheeler Mustangs 55, Memphis Cyclones 0, Clarendon 22, Shamrock 12. That's in the third quarter. Wellington 44, Quanah 13. And that's all district play. 2A Division I, big matchup here. Game of the week, number 3, Panhandle trails number 7, Stinnett, West Texas, 42-41, 5:48 left in the fourth quarter in that one. Emerald Highland Park all over Sunray tonight, 30-8. Spearman 27, Sanford Fritch 7. We'll see Canadians going to start the fourth quarter 65-0. Childress all over Toya 71-6.
Yeah, the net score is a bit surprising, and over there at West Texas High, they've been really talking about how potent a football team they have, and man, if you're able to go toe-to-toe with Panhandle, that's saying something. So that's pretty impressive for two big football programs going at it.
Yeah, they've been a fun one to watch, and a lot of good games around the Panhandle. Mustangs putting up a lot of points tonight. They're going to win this one, go 2-0 in district over the Memphis Cyclones tonight, 55-0. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to tune in next week here on the telecast and here on Legends 98.9. Next week down in Clarendon. I am Camden Doris here along with Dr. Michael King for Wheeler High School Sports Radio on Legends 98.9.